Yo, what's popping? So I'm looking at the MVP race for the kickoff clash. After the first quarter of the season, who is my front runner for MVP? What I've done is I've taken my S ranked players from whenever I rated all of the players in the league in their roles. You can see that video above. Banger, hour and some minutes was great. But yeah, so I've taken all those players I rated as S. I'm going to put them in this tier list of who I think deserves MVP the most from ABC, because any more tiers, it gets way too much for this amount of people. But the thing about MVP is there's two different like rules you can look at it as. You can look at it as who has been the best player of the season or who has been the most valuable player to their team in this season. This distinction is small, but it's important whenever you're considering like Pelican. He's the only member of the Houston Outlaws on this list. So, is he more deserving of MVP than Kevster, who has two other teammates on this list? Because Kevster has more MVP level players around him, is he really the most valuable player to his team? Or is Pelican the most valuable because he is doing the most compared to everyone around him? I think the better definition, and the one that is what should be used, is the most best player. Not I was messing up my words, but the best player of the season, who performed the best as an individual, ignoring people around him, right? And of course, it's hard to do that because there's always going to be a little bit of like, oh, he deserves MVP more. The best situation to look at this as is Hanbin compared to Smurf, which I'll get into. Both very good players. Hanbin leading his team a bit stronger than Smurf is, despite I think Smurf being a better tank. So does that mean Hanbin is more deserving of MVP? That's where it gets hard. That's where it gets hard. Um, but yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna get started. UV, I'm putting into C. Between these tiers, A are the like your top candidates, B are like people you think are pushing, and C are like your S level players who maybe not MVP. UV's that guy. He's playing very well. He's being a driving force, and I think people are underrating him on Atlanta actually, because you just see his sleeps and his nades that he's hitting, and he's just hitting them left, right, and center. He's going to be C for me this time. Hanbin is going to go into the A tier. No one's surprised by this. He's been leading the charge for Dallas. He has basically made the Zarya meta, and everyone's copying him. He's just the best, and no one's even close, right? So he has to go there. Chio, I think Chio's hard. I'm debating between B and C right now, but I'm going to put Chio in B for now. Chio's been phenomenal, great player, done everything right. Find almost no flaws in this gameplay anywhere, and he's just been doing it all. Like probably peak main support gameplay. Very good. Pelican. I like Pelican a little bit more than UV, just a little bit. He's come up clutch in so many situations, and that clutch factor kind of pushes him over the edge for me. But we'll see. Kevster. Ooh, Kevster. I think Kevster is. Okay, well, I think it's like this, right? It's Shu, Reiner, and then Kevster, right? I think there's a pretty steady line here. Reiner's been very solid with the flexibility he's been providing. However, that flexibility is not elite level on every tank, right? He's very good, very strong, but he's not playing like a Hanbin level on all these tanks. You can argue, well, that's okay, but we're talking about MVP here, right? We're talking about the best player of the season. I don't think I can give that to Reiner, personally. His flexibility is great. Definitely S level. Definitely in the running for MVP. Not a top contender. He's like a wild card, sort of, if you think of it like that. I like maybe Reiner a bit more than Chio, but I like this. I think I like this. Proper. I think Proper is maybe B. Yeah, I like Proper at B. I think I like Proper ahead of Reiner Chio as well. He's been driving the play so much for the shock and just getting them out of dangerous situations constantly, and I really enjoy that. I think he's been doing great. I'm not gonna put him there quite yet into A, but I think he has the potential to get there. Finn. I think I'm going to put Finn below UV. The problem with this is because you can see and go back and look at my support rankings, I don't remember them, right? I did them, don't remember them right now. I don't know if I put UV ahead of Finn. I don't know. What I do know is I feel like they're very close, and whichever one you put over the other, not going to be upset about. But I actually think I'm putting Finn above UV in the end. Just thinking about it, Finn has been doing a lot, and I like Finn above UV a little bit. So this is what I have for NA. It's kind of like a stare. I guess that's how it should be, maybe. Kevstar might go down to B. We'll see, but I don't think so right now. Zest. Zest is definitely top of B, but I want to see him come up big in those clutch moments. Of not more, but like against Seoul in that finals, you need your MVP player to come up big. And the fact that he didn't come up big kind of like lowers his value a little bit to me, because you need to come up big in those situations. If you are the best player of the season, you will have to be performing well when it matters. And I think he can. I think he will. I think he's performing lights out. But that difference is taking him down from A to B for me. Prophet, the kind of guy that is pulling up in those big moments, and I think he is my favorite for MVP. I think similar to how Glads is working, it's going like this. But Smurf is actually here, and Junaid's actually here, so it's kind of similar. But this is where it gets troublesome, because I think Smurf is the better tank. But I think Hanbin is more deserving of MVP. And this is where that definition of better performance equals better, it's kind of hard to stick by entirely. Like, here, I'm claiming Smurf performed better than Hanbin. That's what I'm claiming. Here, I'm saying Hanbin deserves MVP more than Smurf. Is that because Prophet's my leader? Is that because Hanbin is leading more of Dallas' success? It's hard, but to me, it feels like Hanbin has to get MVP over Smurf here. It's hard. It's really hard. They're both really close, but I feel like Hanbin would be kind of robbed if it was given to Smurf. Yeah, I do. I think he's been performing so well, always. Even when they got 4-0'd by Glads, Hanbin was performing. That was not on Hanbin. Hanbin was performing. It's hard. It's hard. I'm not going to put Smurf ahead of him. I just can't. Should I have put Hanbin above Smurf in my tanks? Maybe. But it's close, right? It's close. So I think this is going to be my tier list for who I think should be MVP. If I look at these, what is this? 14. That's not how that works. 13 players. So yeah, this is going to be it. Let me know down below who I am underrating. I know a lot of people enjoy Vendame over Chio. I'm gonna stick with my guns and put Chio above him just by a little bit. Just a little bit. We'll see. But yeah, like this video if you like it. Subscribe for more daily or watchly content. And thank you so much for watching. So have a good one.